there, and hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. So, what we're going to be diving into today, I don't think I've actually done this topic before, and it's ways to increase the amount of LinkedIn recommendations that you have. So, I did a poll on this before. I currently stand at around 506 LinkedIn recommendations. And what I can tell you is that there are some things that I have and continue to do to facilitate the growth of that. So we're going to go into all that and more. So let's dive on in. So, hey, everybody, Scott Aaron here. So grateful that you are tuning in today. As always, pop into the comments below. Hi, and where you are tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay. If you are watching this on the replay, you can tag some people, share this video, like, love, support, whatever reaction you would like to give to let me know that you are resonating with this message. Obviously, I would be greatly appreciated. And if we're not yet connected on LinkedIn, head over to my LinkedIn profile, hit my follow button, and then turn my LinkedIn notification bell on so you are notified of whenever I do go live, which is every Monday and Thursday between 10 and 10:30 a.m. EDT. Now, the other thing that I want to announce is I am doing a free workshop in 2 weeks from today. It is called Connections into Clients on LinkedIn 4-day workshop. Now, what I can share with you is in this workshop, you're going to learn all about the simplicities and the things that need to be done, obviously, to get the results that you're looking for in not just having connections on LinkedIn, but how we can actually convert those people into clients. So if you are interested in signing up completely free, it's from Monday, June 26th to Thursday, June 29th, 1 to 2 p.m. EDT, live and recorded. The replays will be available until Sunday of that week. Just drop an I do in the comments below, and I will get you that registration link. You get a workbook. There's going to be a private Facebook community. There's going to be homework prizes. And again, the goal is to teach anyone that does register, obviously, how to convert those connections that you have into paying clients. So again, if you would like to register, just drop an I do in the comments below, and I will get you that registration link. Okay, so on to today's topic, which again is how can we leverage LinkedIn in a way where we can grow our LinkedIn recommendations. Now, there are specific things, obviously, that need to be done, and I always suggest to do. And what I can tell you is the big thing. The big thing when it comes to leveraging LinkedIn, in the sense of what is it that I can do to make sure that I'm leaving my network better, but again, I'm getting that social proof, because social proof is everything. So drop into the chat if you know how many LinkedIn recommendations do you currently have right now around. Is it, under 50? Is it over 50? Is it none? So drop in the comments how many LinkedIn recommendations do you currently have? Now, I currently stand at around 506. But mind you, that's been accumulating over the last 10 years. Now, again, yeah, I get about 50 per year, which is about 2 every month. There's a number of reasons how that can happen, and obviously I want to teach all of you what you can be doing to get that social proof. The big thing that people need to understand, and the big thing that people need to know, is that it's not about a secret. It's not about doing anything fancy, but there are some things that you can be doing to gather more LinkedIn recommendations, because at the end of the day, social proof is everything. So drop in the chat. You could say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. Also, type into the chat, how many recommendations do you currently have? And also, if you would like to register for my free LinkedIn workshop coming up at the end of this month. It's June 26th to June 29th. It's called Connections into Clients on LinkedIn 4-day workshop. I'm going to be teaching you all about how to convert your current connections into new clients, obviously, to create more revenue in your business. Just drop an I do in the comments below, and I will send you that registration link. Now, the first thing, I know this is really simple, but the first way that you can get more LinkedIn recommendations is A.S.K to G.E.T. A.S.K to G.E.T. You have to ask in order to get. The easiest thing to do, if you're not asking people for recommendations, then how do you expect to get recommendations? It's that simple. You have to do what any person does, any result that you're looking for, it requires you to ask people for a certain something. So if you want a recommendation, you have to ask people for it. And again, I know it seems so elementary, but it's the truth. So many people I've talked to over the years have said, Scott, man, I didn't even think to just ask people. I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to just ask people for a recommendation. And again, through asking, you're going to receive. And that's where that quote comes from. Ask and you shall receive. So if you are fearful that, I don't want to ask people, I don't want to inconvenience them, I don't want to bother them. Listen, I understand that hang up, but it's just a story. And the fact is, people will either write you a recommendation or they won't. And it's fine. I mean, I have a ton of people that I have asked to write me a recommendation and they haven't written one. But it's okay. I don't mind. They could be busy. They may not want to. And it's maybe, they're not active enough on LinkedIn to do so. Now, again, I'm going to share my screen just so I can take you through the process of what you can do as far as asking for a LinkedIn recommendation. So let me just share my screen really quickly. And I'm going to show you this. Let's share screen. Okay, so here we are. And what I can do is I can click on the plus sign right here, which is ask for a recommendation. So I'm going to click on this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let me see, someone that's in our current mastermind that may have not written one yet. Let me see. I'm just trying to go through anyone. Okay, so here is someone that was in some of our groups. So again, you select the person, client, select at the time. So you can select, again, what position, and it's going to come up with this automated message that comes up and, can you write me a recommendation? I would be happy to write one back in return. And then all you do is click send. That's it. So again, all you're looking to do is, and I do this all the time. So Brad, he's in our current mastermind. And there we go. That would be be happy to write one for you as well. I'm going to pick send. And that's it. Again, you just, I know I'm in a different stage than a lot of people because it's one of those things where I've worked with a lot of people over the years. But what I can tell you is that it just takes time. I can tell you that it's one of those things where um, you have to stay in the game long enough to have the needle of your business move in the direction that you want it to. And again, it's not a difficult thing. It just takes time. So there's my client Annette. Client here. I would be happy and honored to write one back for you as well. And then there you go. And then again, Brad just wrote back. Sure, I'd be happy to write one for you later this week. Thank you so much. And send one to me so I can write it for you this week as well. You can see right there. So again, this is a very simplistic way. Again, you have to A.S.K to G.E.T. So you have to ask in order to get. So again, if you're on here live, I just want to make sure that everything is coming through loud and clear. So if anybody is on here live, I just want to make sure my audio and video is working properly. If you could drop into the comments, just write Y or yes if I'm coming through loud and clear from a visual and audio sense. I don't want to make sure that this training goes to waste. So if you can, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat if I'm coming through loud and clear and if you can see me very clearly. So someone on Facebook wrote yes. Awesome. That's the problem when it says you're live. Sometimes you can't see who's on here. And there was actually a time I did a training where I was training for about 15 or 20 minutes until someone said, hey, your microphone has been muted. So someone didn't let me know. So again, if you're on here live, as someone did on Facebook, just drop a Y or a yes, obviously, if I am coming through loud and clear. So on Facebook. So if anyone on LinkedIn is on here as well, if you could drop into the chat, that would be great. All right. So number one, A.S.K to G.E.T. Number two, in the very, very beginning, so whether you've been in business for a while, whether you're just starting a new business, the way that I started was with, awesome. Thank you, Wilfred. I appreciate that, my friend. I started with friends, family, past clients, and coworkers or co-clients or ex-coworkers. It is never a bad thing to start with people that you already have a relationship with. And again, so again, you may be saying, well, Scott, if I haven't worked with them, what are they going to write? And you could just ask them, hey, can you speak to my character? And what you know of me as a business professional and what I teach. And that is completely fine because the person can state, thank you, Mindy. So someone can state in that recommendation of how they know you, and they can speak to your credibility as a human being, which obviously translates over into a business experience as well. So in the very, very beginning, I started with friends, family, past clients, and coworkers. And that is completely fine to do. You got to start somewhere. And in the very beginning, you may not have a lot of clients that you're working with. But again, I just went on there and just sent a few of those out because, Nancy and I, we've worked with thousands of people. So you just have to remember that everyone starts in the same place. I started with no recommendations at one point. I had zero. I didn't even know what they were, what they meant, or if they were going to be useful or not. But as time has ticked on, obviously you can see there's over 500 written recommendations now. My wife actually made this for me. when I hit 500 recommendations. So again, start with people that you know first. So friends, family, past clients, coworkers. It could be a current boss, someone in the past that you worked for. Start with those individuals first. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat. Again, if you're coming on late, hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. Tag some people, share this video. Don't forget to like, love, support, react to this video any which way you want to let me know that you are resonating with it. And please don't forget, if we're not connected yet on LinkedIn, hit my follow button, turn my LinkedIn notification bell on. And if you would like to join and sign up for my free LinkedIn workshop, it's called Connections to Clients in 4-day on LinkedIn 4-day workshop. It is from June 26th to June 29th, 1 to 2 p.m. EDT, live and recorded. You get a workbook, private Facebook group access, and a bunch more. Just drop an I do in the comments below. Now, third and final. So remember, first, it's just asking people. Just ask. Second, start with family, friends, past clients, and coworkers. And you saw me do this. Number 3, it must be an equal exchange of energy. Scratch the backs of those who scratch yours. That's simple. If someone is willing to write one for me, I am willing to write one for them. So even though I've received 500 recommendations, I've written close to 150. So yes, there's a bunch of people that did not ask me one for one back, but I told them I'd be happy to write one back for you. But I've written, approaching 200 recommendations myself for those that have written them for me. So when it can't be always about just you, when you make it about the other person as well. So when you connect with someone and you ask them for a recommendation and you then let the person know, hey, I'd be honored if you can write me a recommendation, and I would be happy and just as honored to write one back for you in exchange. It's a mutual exchange of energy. They are helping you and your business and your credibility. The least you can do is help them with theirs. So whenever you're asking someone for a recommendation, do not make it one-sided. Let the person know that, thank you. I'd appreciate it if you wrote one for me, and I would be happy to write one for you. You would be so surprised at how many people cross that bridge and say, yes, I'd love that. I'll write you one for, I'll write one for you. Would love for you to write one for me. That feels great to another business professional, because one of the best ways, like the number one way to really start generating consistent revenue for your business and acknowledgments, is the social proof that other people say about you. So when people go to my LinkedIn profile and they see that there's over 500 written recommendation, I know the great work that I do for other people, whether it's my LinkedIn consulting, whether it's the programs that we have, our mastermind courses, whatever it is. I know we help a ton of people. So you have to take all of those things into consideration when you are looking to build your credibility. You have to be willing to help others build theirs. So it has to be an equal exchange of energy. You at least have to offer. You would at least have to offer it to that person. It's up for them to say, yes, I'd love for one for you to write me one. Wouldn't it be true that the person you reach out to would be someone you highly respect, and not just someone you don't know much about? Then they can honestly write one for them. Yeah. So again, you're not asking complete strangers to write you a recommendation. Anyone that I've ever asked to write me a recommendation, there has been some sort of relationship. Whether I was on their podcast, whether I coached them, whether they bought one of our programs, whether they're in our programs, I spoke at their event, whatever it is, there's always a personal connection to that person that has led me to say, hey, could you write me a recommendation? I'd be happy to write one for you. So you're not asking complete strangers that you don't know anything about. Anyone that I've ever written a recommendation for, I know something about them and they know something about me. So again, 3 ways to increase the amount of recommendations that you want on LinkedIn is you just got to ask. A.S.K to G.E.T. Ask people. Number 2, start with family, friends, past clients, and coworkers. Start with the people that you already know. And the third, it's got to be that equal exchange of energy. Scratch the backs of those who scratch yours. If someone's going to write one for you, let them know that you will be happy to write one for them. So again, if you found this helpful, just drop in the comments below what your biggest takeaway was. And again, if you would like to register for my free LinkedIn workshop, it's a 4-day workshop. It's called Connections to Clients on LinkedIn. It's from June 26th to June 29th, 1 to 2 p.m. EDT, live and recorded. Just drop an I do in the comments below, and I will send you that registration link. So everyone, love and gratitude. Enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll talk to you next time.